Boom, 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 boom. Hey, kia ora. Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast, number 1533, Networking Next Level Review. Yes, we had Networking Next Level live today. It was a phenomenal event. I have to say, Casey just kicked it out of the ballpark. And I will tell you this, I was at his very first event for Networking Riches 9.5 years ago when he had the first one of those. And that was a really great event at the time then as well. But today he kicked it up a notch because, Networking Riches is 9.5 years old. It was time for it to retire, and Casey replaced it with a one-day event called Networking Next Level, and I have to tell you, he knocked it out of the ballpark today. The content was fresh, it was new, it was up to date, it was in line with how we handle things today with social media, and oh my God, and just talking about the change, looking at Networking Riches back, almost 10 years ago, and looking at the new Networking Next Level, it was just so different. Oh my gosh. And he really did knock it out of the ballpark today. It was phenomenal. We had a great turnout today. We had lots of engagement, lots of questions being asked, which was awesome. There was, he gave us hands-on exercises to do. He even took us online to show us a daily method of operations for working with social media, which could work, and he gave us the basics, which could work across any social media platform. It was brilliant. And my hat's off to you, Casey. You really did knock it out of the ballpark today. It was amazing. The takeaways were numerous. But one thing I did like about today is that he stopped often just to check in with everybody. How are you doing? How are things going? What, you got any questions? So he did a lot of that and got a lot of engagement as well. We had a great, he still kept the breakthrough zones though, which I am very happy about because that is my favorite. That is a very favorite one of me. And that is when he takes somebody to put them in a hot seat, a breakthrough zone, whatever you want to call it, and asks them about, what's a problem that you're having in your business and how can we help you? And taking that, and there was a lot of great information on that one too. It was, oh my gosh, I'm on early? Oh, I am. Sorry. He just had a lot of great information for the person that was in the hot seat today. And it really was fabulous. Even took us, just took us through different ways of networking, different platforms that we can use to network on. And he had a huge list of it, and we didn't even get halfway through that list. But it was just, I have to say, I'm going to keep talking about it. He's got another one coming up on October 21st, which is a week from Saturday. So I'm all geared up, ready to go to that one. But he had us doing hands-on stuff, demonstrating them in real time, his daily method of operations for social media, and how he works his social media so that he keeps the engagement going, he keeps things happening, keeps things flowing, and just showing us in real time. I mean, he went live on his Facebook page and showed us exactly what he does every day. He said it takes about 10 minutes every day, and it has a lot of impact. So there was a lot of really good stuff in there with that. And the techniques he used there, you can use across any social media platform. It was amazing. He talked about different things that you could do, different techniques that you could use, different ways of looking at things. Even things, like including, what you can do with Meetup, and why podcasting is important, and speaking at small events and doing VIP events. It was just, my mind is still blown about how amazing it was today. But yeah, it was for a one-day event, it was awesome. And, it was very fluid. It went very fluidly. He took a lot of questions today and went off on different tangents, which, one thing I like about squirrel moments, which is when people go off on tangents. If you've ever seen the movie Up, you know the reference to squirrel. If you haven't seen the movie Up, you got to go watch it. It's really cool. And there's with the dog that gets a squirrel moment. But during squirrel moments, that's where some really golden nuts are dropped. Golden nuggets are dropped during that time. Sometimes you get more golden nuggets in the squirrel moments than you do during the actual, this is our agenda. So staying on topic, you get some great golden nuggets, but the best are when the squirrel moments happen, when they go off on tangents, and I love them. And those that have been to many events will know what squirrel moments are. But I have to say, hats off to Casey. He did a phenomenal job today with Networking Next Level. I can't wait to go back again on October 21st because there was so much packed in to today. We started around 8 o'clock this morning. We finished just before 4 o'clock, and it was packed. It was packed. Even with the tangents and everything else, there was a lot of information that was crammed into that short time, and I loved it. And people were getting involved with the exercise we were doing. Actually, and I think the biggest impact was when he went live onto Facebook and showed how he does his daily method of operations within Facebook. Like I said, that can be used on any social media platform. And just showing that, I think that's because he talked about it, and then when he actually showed it in real time, I think that's when a lot of people, it actually clicked for them on, oh, it doesn't take as long, because when he explains it, it kind of sounds like, well, that takes a long time. But when he actually gets in there and actually did it live, it was like, wow. When you take it all talking and you just see what he does in the action, because he explains a lot of things as he was going along. But if you took out all the talking, his actual time demoing the stuff was about 10 minutes. Then it was amazing how much impact he'd had in that 10 minutes. And so I think a lot of people got it then. So it clicked for a lot of people because they actually saw it happening in real time, which made it even better and more impactful. So I can't wait to go back again next week. Is on the 21st. It's gonna be even better because ironed out a few things, maybe added, changed some things around, and that sort of stuff as well. So we'll see how that goes. But even just looking at VIP events, and he had somebody come on and explain one of the VIP events that they're going to be doing, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so awesome. I'm definitely going back to the recording on that one to take a lot of notes. I was trying to figure out what I could do, how could I do a VIP event? But this is for somebody who's in one area and they've got their clients in that area. And I'm like trying to figure out how I could do a VIP event for my VIP clients when they're scattered throughout the country, all in different locations. So I'm trying to figure out how to put that together. But there were some amazing ideas in the VIP events, and just what the thought had gone in, and all the different touch points at the events that that the VIPs get at the event, all the different touch points and things, it was just mind blowing that they'd come up with such an incredible event. And this person was describing everything that they're going to do and all the touch points they're going to be having. And yeah, mind blowing. We talked about meetup.com and some of the things that you can do in that within Meetup. And I'm like thinking, I've heard him talk about this before. Why haven't I done it? So with my Meetup group. So I come out with a big list of things to do from this event. And I've got to pick one thing and work on that and see how that goes. And then because there was just so much in there, there's just no way you can go and implement everything. And I probably missed half of what he was talking about because I was too busy taking notes on the other side, plus doing what do you call it? Oh, herding cats. I'm kind of like the admin at the event. And so I had a whole bunch of stuff that I was doing. Plus I was taking notes, and I know I missed a good portion of what was said. in some areas where he was talking, where I was taking notes. But like he says there, and just looking at the to-do list that I have from today's event, there is absolutely no way I can get all of that implemented at once. So I'm going to take one area, concentrate on that, and get that done. And then I'll take the next thing and go and work on that. So it's going to be working on different things over time. And the fact that he's doing it again next week, I'll be in a routine for that. Today I was a little all over the place because it was a new event, and so we'll see what happens next week, because I'll be a little more, oh yeah, this is what I got to do. I know it now. We're good. We know what the agenda is, because the agenda we basically just went with the flow. It was one of the best events that he has done. So if you're available October 21st, which is a week from Saturday, go to havetonetwork.com and come along and join us, because the information that was given there is massive. It really does take your networking to a whole new level on what you do. He doesn't actually talk about attending events. He talks about the different platforms that are available for you to network on. He talks about the different types of networking groups that you get, and there's a whole list of those too. And you can actually put them into a CRM, and you categorize them within the CRM so that you can market to the different network with the different groups based on what type of group they are and what you're assisting them with. Because there is a whole bunch of, when you think about networking, it's not just networking with clients and customers, it's networking with your peers. And you've heard me I talked about this a couple of days ago on one of my lives. I talked about it a couple of days ago, where we talked about, are you giving your best? I think is what it was called. It was a couple of days ago. Are you giving your best? And that's taking a job, and it's not just looking at, are you taking care of the clients? Are you taking care of your customers? Are you taking care of your vendors? Are you taking care of your peers? Getting to know them. And your peers are people who do the same thing that you do. They can be in competition with you, but here's the way I work with my peers. I have a network of people in an industry, and I have my niche within that industry. They all have their niches within their industry. And if I have somebody who wants to do a destination wedding or honeymoon, I ain't dealing with that. I'm pushing them off. Not pushing them off. I am referring them to somebody who is a specialist in that area. If I've got somebody who wants to go to Ireland, I've got somebody who, like me, they were born and raised in Ireland, and now they're living in the States, and they know Ireland as well as I know New Zealand. And so I defer to their expertise in that area. So it's helping. So it's ensuring that our clients and our customers get the best of the best. Yes, I could do a package trip to Ireland. Yes, I could do a honeymoon and a destination wedding, but I would not be giving my clients the best service that they can get by not bringing on board these people who specialize in those areas. And when you bring on people who specialize in those areas, they're now getting the best of the best. Even though I could do it, I would flounder a little bit in some areas, because I may not have visited that area. I may not know it as well. And I have peers who ask me if I can take care of their clients for a trip to New Zealand or Australia or the South Pacific Islands. Absolutely. And when they start asking me about other trips, I said, you need to go back and talk with whoever their travel professional is. I said, I'm solely here, and this is what we're going to be concentrating on this trip. Your next trip sounds great. I'm going to pass that information back to and give the name of their travel professional, and I'll make sure that they connect with you regarding that particular trip. Because I said, that's not my speciality. This is my speciality. This is my niche when it comes to a travel destination. So I want to make sure that my clients get the best of the best. So I have the best of the best on my team to be able to turn to them and say, hey, can you please assist with my clients on this trip so that they can get the best of the best? So, just and that's with peers and collaborations and that sort of thing. And then you have, so you've got your customers, your clients, your vendors, because you need to make sure that you have your vendors on board with you and have a really good relationship with those. So if something should happen on a client's trip, you can call them and go, hey, we have an issue on board the ship, or we have an issue with this on the buses or wherever they're touring or whatever it is. And that person is able to step up and go, okay, let me see what I can do. Or if I've got a client having a, like I've had a client go on a cruise for their wedding anniversary, and it was a milestone wedding anniversary. So I let the cruise ship know, and they took care of the clients on board the ship and gave them extra things and extra stuff to do. They had a handwritten card from the captain. They helped me get them booked for this special dinner treat thing. And it was, they took care of my clients for me and did it all on my behalf, which was brilliant. And all I had to do, and because I had this relationship with the client, with the vendor, they were able to step up and help me with that. They were willing to help me with that, instead of being somebody who just only contacts them when a client has issues on board the ship. So being able to reach out to those contacts because you've developed the relationship with them is just very, very special. So that's another relationship. So you've got clients, customers, and you're probably going, you're saying clients and customers. Yes, they are different. Your customer is a transactional, they may just buy once and be gone. The client is the one that sticks around and comes back time and time again, based on whatever the product is and that sort of thing. They're the ones that, the clients are the ones that, how can I explain this? They're the ones that just keep coming back. You'll have customers who are buy and gone, but you need to develop relationships with those and turn them into clients that keep coming back. Let's see. So you got your clients, your customers, your vendors, your peers, and yourself. Because if you're not taking care of yourself and developing a good relationship with yourself, building your self-confidence, building your building your knowledge and everything, so that you can better serve your clients and your customers and your vendors and your peers. If you're not taking care of yourself in order to do that, how can you give everybody your best if you're not taking the best care of yourself? And as somebody who has a servant's heart and was a cancer caregiver for almost 10 years, that is a hard thing to take care of self. I'm more concerned about what can I do to serve others than I am about taking care of myself. And I had this amazing group of people that were part of the Cancer Caregivers group back in Northern Virginia. And I was with that group for, I think, like 4 years or something. Hang on, 2008. We moved in 2000. Oh, it's over 2 years. And I got raked over the coals a lot of the time because I wasn't taking time out for me. And yet the golden rule of anybody who is a caregiver is take care of self so you can take care of others. Because if anything happens to you, who's going to be around to take care of the one who needs the taking care of? Now, all of a sudden, you're going to be a patient as well. And that was a hard thing for me to follow because I was always putting bread first. And they're sort of like, no, you've got to do yourself first. And somebody who has a servant's heart, and those that have a servant's heart will totally get this. Those who don't won't. It is really hard to take a step back and take care of self in order for you to be able to take better care of other people. It was a hard lesson for me to learn. I still, to this day, struggle it. And Brad was diagnosed back in 2008. And here we are, 2008, 2000, whatever, however many years later. And it's something I still struggle with, is taking care of self, even though I am, well, I'm not, because I now look after Zeffie, but she takes care of me. I take care of her. And if you can hear the little whimpers as she's saying, it's walk time, Mum. Is it walk time, Zeffie girl? Zeffie? She's just laying down there waiting for her walk. It's getting close to that time, yes. We're going to have to start doing walks before we come online at night because it's dark when we go out there now. So we're going to have to start taking walks like around 5 o'clock in the evening. And she likes doing the later walks. So it's going to be interesting doing the walks before the live and then coming on doing the live and then not taking her for a walk. That is going to be an interesting transition because she's not going to understand that. But anyway, so so taking care of self is a hard thing. For those with a servant heart, it is a hard thing to do. That was the big protest. Yes, Mum, you're taking too long. So that's it from us for tonight. If you want to come join us at the next Networking Next Level, it's October 21st. The link is flowing across the bottom of the screen right there. Come and join us. It is going to be phenomenal. I mean, today was it was an incredible experience to be there for the launch of a brand new workshop, if you want to call it that, event, workshop. Yeah. Especially when I had been there almost 10 years ago when Casey launched Networking Riches. So to see that come full circle and be retired, and then this to be brought in its place, which is more up to date with what's happening now with everything, with social media even more present than what it was, 10 years ago. It's just been such a privilege and an honor to be able to see all the changes that have taken place over the last years and to be able to be on hand when Networking Next Level was launched today. It was amazing. It was incredible. I can't wait for the next one on the 21st. So that's it from us for today. Go out, have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we will catch you all back here at 6 p.m. Pacific tomorrow evening. Hey, konara.